How's it going, viewers? Welcome back to the channel. So I did a physical install video on this BOOGIIO Full HD 1080p Dashcam, and that was literally how to install it onto your windshield and install your wiring down to the cigarette power outlet, and just basically power it on and install it in a nice clean fashion. But I've got a lot of feedback on the actual software, so this video is to address that. Alright, so looking at the functions here, you've got a up button, menu button, and down button here on the left. Over here on the right, top to bottom, you've got the OK VM, which I believe stands for memory or manual or something like that. I'll put that here in the description somewhere here in the video. Looks like this is a lock button and then a power button. Over here on the top left is your micro SD card port. Alright, so included in the box is a 32 gigabyte card. Now this is actually full. I'm going to show you how to format it, but automatically it will overwrite old footage as it fills up. It goes in this orientation. Pop it in. You can also get a larger card. I believe this can support up to 256 gigabytes. Alright, and to power on the camera, let's go ahead and get some power to the car. I'm just going to go ahead and use accessory mode. And there is your device. As you can see, it starts recording right away. You got your screen here. I have mine set to, I believe, 10 seconds or 20 seconds, and then the screen automatically powers off. You can also have that completely just static on if that's your preference. I just don't like being distracted by the video, so I have it turned off automatically. And to access the menu, hit the middle button here on the left, which is the menu button, and you're greeted by your menu. So let's go ahead and just basically run down top to bottom. You have your resolution, go ahead and hit OK. You have 3 different options for resolution. You have 1080 Full HD, you have 1080p, and then 720p. You're buying a Full HD camera, so I'm just going to go ahead and select the most highest resolution available on this camera here. You have loop recording, so that basically loops the recording. 2 minutes is a manual setting. You also have off 1 and 3. I'm just going to leave it right where it is at 2. You have your exposure levels, so factory is 0, which you should set if you're driving at all times of the day. Now, if you're only driving during super bright sunlight, you probably want to knock that down just so it underexposes it a little bit and everything in the picture is not washed out. Now, if you only drive at the evening, you want to raise that up just so you get the most exposure for those dark scenarios. Motion detection. So you can turn this on if you want to leave the camera on and running, and then if it senses, say, someone running around in the front of your car, it's actually going to turn on and then record whatever action is going on here. So that might be useful if, say, you have someone breaking in your car or something like that. Get back in your spot in a parking lot and it'll sense anyone or any action going on up here at the front. I'm going to leave that off just to conserve battery. I'm always parked in a garage anyway, so I really don't have a use for that. Record audio, so of course if you don't want audio, you can turn that off. I want audio in my video clips, so I'm going to turn that on, and that's the factory setting. Date stamp, I'm just going to go ahead and leave that on, that way all your footage has the date and time embedded into the video clip, say for insurance purposes. G sensor, so this is a sensor. Anytime it senses any type of motion, say if you have a break-in in your car, it's going to actually record the video. So I'm just going to go ahead and leave that on medium. WR, so this kind of adjusts the picture. So as you can see there, it's a little bit brighter. Now this is optional if you want it on or off. I'm just going to go ahead and leave it off. I think the image quality and exposure is just fine. And that's all the settings for the first menu here. As you can see, it's basically got 2 pages worth of options. Go ahead and hit menu again, and you'll go into the other setup here. So park mode, I have it set to on, so again, once it's parked, you can still record video clips. Date and time, this is where you set up all of your accurate current day and current time. Then this is actually off, so I'm actually going to adjust this while I'm here. So moving on to the time, 12:26, it's actually 12:09, so this is a little bit off at the minutes. Alright, so that's good. So auto power off, again this will power off automatically. I have it set to 3 minutes. Let's turn that off because I don't want to power it off automatically. Screensaver, so this again is when you're driving and you want the screen to turn off when you start driving. You don't want it on all the time. You have 3, 5, and 10. I'm just going to leave it at 3. I don't like the distraction when I'm driving, so 3 minutes is what I can do. I can also turn it to off, so it's just going to be on all the time. But let's stick with 3. Beep sound, you can turn the beep sound on, and as you can see now I have audio. I'll just go ahead and leave it on. You have a bunch of different languages. I'll just leave it to English. Frequency 50 Hertz or 60 Hertz. I'll leave it at 50. And you can format your SD card. I'm actually going to go ahead and do that now because I know it's full. I know that there's no video on here that I want to keep, but I'm just going to go ahead and format it just to see what the process is like. Give it a little bit of time to format, and it's formatted. So now your card is completely formatted and ready to start recording some new video. You could reset your settings back to the defaults. I just went ahead and customized it, so I'm not going to do that. And then this is your software version. Not sure if there's any firmware updates if you connect this to a computer. That's probably something I might try in the future. But that is essentially all of the menu selections here. So hit menu again to get out of there. Okay, so you can go into basically video mode and then camera mode, which just takes stills, and you can make that into a sequence. I'm not sure why you would want to use that in a dash cam, but that's a functionality that you have available to you. But again, I'm leaving it in video mode for sure. So now that my settings are saved, I'm just going to go ahead and power this off. I'm going to turn off power to the car. And then let's turn power back onto the car and then see, just to make sure all of my settings are saved. So again, it does have 1080 Full HD. It's recording automatically, and then you can see it does have a video camera icon, so I'm recording video right now. So right off the bat, I can't get into the menu system on this screen. So if I hit OK, it stops recording, and then I can get into the menu system. That's interesting. Alright, so that's essentially the entire menu system. I've ran through all of the functions, the camera function, the video function. I believe that's everything available to you in this software, so hopefully this helped you guys in your camera setup. If you have any further issues, go ahead and comment them in the comment section. I'll do my best to keep track and respond. Hopefully there's other people with this camera that might know the answer as well, and then we can all get a community going and just discuss on how to best set this up and solve any issues you guys might have. Hopefully you guys found this helpful. Please consider hitting that subscribe button, like the video, comments with your feedback, and I will see you guys on the next one. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day. Peace.